Hello, we are live and we are the LOD, and as you can usually see, one of us missing. But for right now, we've got a perfect replacement, my bad, perfect extra for until Lewis appears. We have got King, and obviously I'm sit down to game. We've got Tom Wild, and of course, wearing his massive helmet on live on the show is Masked Mayhem. Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing in the chat? We are live, yeah. Jesus, there's a few of you here today.
Wowzers. How many people are in the chat?
100,000.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Wow.
Hello, all.
1 million.
And then Paul's got his
$1
massive wig.
million.
Ew.
So perfect. So thank you very much for everyone coming along tonight. We are here to talk about our weekend of fun festivities and, well, not so great news, but we were at EGX/MCM and we're going to be chatting about that. But obviously we have King here, who also saw EGX on the Friday. And so King, tell the people who you are and tell them where they can find you before we start.
Okie dokie, alrighty then. My name's King Scott. Well, my channel's name's King Scott. I am King. I stream on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. I make content for YouTube as well. I am an acquired taste, 18 plus. I say a lot of stupid things. Helps being stupid. And yeah, you can find me on all those places, Kings_CRT everywhere, essentially.
Perfect. Thank you very much, King. King does some incredible content, so please go check him out, guys. He's absolutely fantastic. So.
Right, thank you. Incredible.
So, where do we start? Where shall we start? EGX. Tom, it was your first time. Why don't you tell us how your first time being at EGX?
First time. It was enjoyable overall. As an experience, my first one, it was enjoyable. I'm glad I went down because how long have we been doing this? And I've literally just sat here on your EGX specials and just like a goober and just listened. Too fucking many. So this is the first time, and yeah, it was the first time, and I didn't know what I was going into. I expected games. I expected Rule 63 to be full in effect right there, and I expected
wasn't it?
Yeah, and I expected a lot of ass cheeks, and I was not disappointed. I have confirmed that I need my fucking glasses many times. I've been looking at shit, and I'm just like, Hayden, what the fuck does that say? Yeah. But overall, it was fun because I got to socialize with a lot of people as well as with you guys in person for the first time. All four of us. There's that iconic picture that we got. But for game wise, I don't know if I would say that it was as fun as it could have been. It seemed like there was too many stalls, and it looked like a bit like it was like a car boot sale rather than an actual a fucking convention. Also, King's channel right there. But we'll get into the crux and the detailings of it. But overall, for the first time for me, I really enjoyed it. And if I do go next year, but I've already confirmed that I'm going to go down in some sort of costume. Already spoke to Heather about it, and she was like spitballing ideas. So yeah, it's brilliant. It was ace overall. But again, we'll get into the crux of it.
Good. Paul, just a summary of what your thoughts of EGX was like.
EGX? I don't know about EGX. There was no EGX. It was MCM Comic Con. That was it.
There you go.
No EGX. I was truly disappointed by EGX, and we can go into that a little bit more later. Yeah. But I'm wearing this obviously because we did crappy cosplays on the episode that was released today, and the lid I had before was what I ended up buying because it was a consolation prize for no fucking games. Yeah, well, we can drop into that a little bit later.
Yeah, King, what are your initial thoughts for EGX?
So this would be my third EGX, and progressively has gotten less and less to do with gaming. Although this installment, 2024's installment, was most definitely more of a stall fest than a games fest. And I little bit of self promo here, but I made a video about it over on my channel earlier, and I said exactly that. It was, I would say, 70% stalls and sales, and 20 to 30% gaming, because obviously you had the stages and stuff like that as well. MCM, I've been to a couple of MCMs before. They are majoritively like that, because you go to buy nerd stuff, and then there'll be talks, and there'll be this, and there'll be that, and they'll try and show you what they're gonna be bringing out in the coming months or year. But EGX has never looked like that, and it was a sorry state of affairs.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I mean, I can completely say the same thing. The size of EGX was a quarter, probably.
I
wasn't
even. I was expecting more.
Yeah, I was expecting more, and
we should have got more.
And we should have got more. And to be honest, if you saw the show we dropped today, unfortunately it's a week behind, and I literally got the map out and went, that's EGX on the map. That's the rest of that's Comic-Con, but hey, here we are. So so EGX has unfortunately become so small that it was really pitiful. There was maybe 5 rows of games back to back. They were all Reds games that you could try, so all indies, which is fine. We love our indies, but there was no real. Was there 2?
So it was two. It was 2 rows,
2 sections, and then
2
maybe
blocks.
Yeah.
I think I had a look. I like mentally counted it quickly, and there was no more than 20 games total, and that includes like the AAA stuff, like the
over on the other side.
Yeah, Star Wars Outlaws. I saw Dragon Ball Z, but that was in MCM. That was actually in MCM. That wasn't even in EGX. That was over the other side.
Yeah.
We were looking for
the Bandai Namco section.
We were looking for Little Nightmares 3 for a while, thinking, where the hell is this big demonic baby? And we expected it to be in EGX because that's the gaming side. And then no, it's in MCM. So it's like...
It was in the Comic-Con side, yeah.
It was a Comic-Con side, and you had quite a few back-to-back screens with the PS5s to play Little Nightmares 3. Then you had, what was it, Awakening Unknown.
Which we didn't see till the end of Saturday.
Yeah.
As we were walking by, and there it is.
They kind of wheeled out, was it Patrick's, whatever it was, and the Grinch, which has been out for a while already. I've already got that. But Sword Art Online as well, the console version. So Bandai Namco had more games than EGX.
Yeah, pretty much.
Technically, Bandai Namco, their display and their stall in MCM had more games than EGX did. And I was so disappointed in the Retro Zone as well. It was half the amount that was there last year. Yeah. The multiplayer LAN section was minuscule, but was still good fun. But yeah, I was so... It sounds like I'm pissing on it, but EGX was not there. Not there at all. And I felt really bad for Tom because it was his first one down, and I think you still had the social aspect of meeting everybody, still had the meet and greets and seeing everybody and having some fun as a group of individual consumers or content creators inside. But that was his fault. What's that?
I had to show that. Sorry.
as I said in my review as well, it hit that nail exactly on the head. It was about who you met and what we were doing. Obviously, being dressed up and having people come up to us and go, "That you're fucking hilarious." Because for those who don't know, I was dressed as Peppa Pig, but I ripped the arms off it and I was Prison Pepper, and people wanted to take pictures with me. Yeah. and then obviously Lou in his Deadpool outfit looked amazing, and people wanted pictures with him. So that little sort of banter that we had going with that, and then obviously meeting you guys and like meeting up with friends and talking, even though we kept getting lost and jambling about and stuff. But that was another thing. The map made no sense. The map made zero sense.
Yeah,
Zero
they did it in
sense.
like an old styly type of way, but you couldn't make heads or tails of it. If you actually went on the app, they had a proper map of the whole thing, but it was so small. It was like you had to literally scroll all the way in just to see what you were looking for.
Because there were so many stalls, everything was numbered like SM002, SM da da da, and then their RP da da da, and you were looking for these. So I was looking for thumb soldiers for ages, and I couldn't find them. And then I had to go right down to the bottom of this little thing, and then I was trying to look for it. It was unreadable, and I'm pretty good with maps. But it was almost unreadable.
Yeah,
almost unreadable.
To be fair, it wasn't until we left and I saw someone post a picture of thumb soldiers, like thumb soldiers are at MCM coming on EGX. I didn't even see them.
It took me about 2 hours to find them. Legitimately, about 2 hours to find them.
Which is a shame. It was a shame. Like, but yeah, we're not pissing on it at all. Like Paul said, we met, and we finally four of us and King were finally able to meet up for the first time ever in person, and it was a great time. We had so much fun, just the four of us, and then when King was there on the Friday as well, having just a laugh. But obviously sometimes you and Lewis got people wanting pictures, we wanted to have a look around, so it was kind of balancing the being able to meet up and stuff. But we had a great time there, and to be fair, even though the retro part was so small, we did have fun. I think we had the most fun on the retro games, and on the multiplayer LAN, because Tom just kicking our ass at GoldenEye was like, I'm screaming, "Why can't I pick this gun up?" And he's there like, poof. All right, cheers, Tom. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm very proud of that. But we're not shitting on the experience overall, because, well, I think it's probably best if we get the negatives out of the way first.
Yeah,
yes.
Get them out of the way. Get the sour taste out of our mouth. But
it's also being honest about it, isn't it? We're not just doing it to shit on it. We're actually being honest about our experience. Like a case of, this is how it was. If we were just going, we're trying to be negative in order to try and shit on it, I would be the same. I'd be like, yeah, maybe we need to step back a little bit. But we're literally talking about comparing it to previous years, or with you, Tom, comparing it to what you kind of expected, even though you didn't go in with any huge expectations. Still going in there with some sort of expectation of, I would like to see games, and the games were few.
It was very noticeable. I mean, like when we were and here's the issue. I went predominantly for the gaming. MCM was just a nice little extra for me. But when I was waiting on one of those like booths to go and play a game, because they're so minuscule, there was a lot more. There was a bunch of other people waiting to play a game as well. So it's like you're having to you're like, I'm not too sure whether to jump in now, because I don't know if this person's going to jump in or this person is before me. So it was a mess. The game selection there was kind of a mess, in my personal opinion.
Wasn't anything new either, or forget me. I mean, Poltergeist is due out, but the rest of it was kind of all already out.
Yeah, kind of.
To
be
fair, like I said, again, flipping back to Bandai Namco, they were the only ones who had new game releases. I think that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was kind of like, no, that's already out and that's already available, and wishlist this now because it's available and whatever. And they were all small indies, don't get me wrong. That's the best thing about them. They were all small little independents, and I love that. But there was no publishers there, no devs there, no one to really talk to apart from these handful of smalls. Like that's why I said there was no EGX, because there was no European Gaming Expo. It wasn't the European Gaming Expo. No developers, no key players. Team Q, Devolver, P-Cube, none of them there this year at all. Like no one at all. And this small little square of gaming, and then Star Wars having its own little closed off booth, which, to be honest with you, considering the queues weren't even that long either.
Okay.
I think how long were we waiting to get into Outlaws?
Probably 15 minutes.
Max, but we were at the front of the queue because it was the time it was taking people to play it. You had 15-minute gameplay.
There was,
and
literally just
that was even terrible.
Yeah, it was.
What, the game overall?
Not the game.
Oh.
No, not the game. The amount of demo you could play. I did it twice.
That was pathetic. That was pathetic.
But did you have the same? By the way, just as a point, when I was playing it, and Wei Ling was with us as well. She came to the show. She had it mid game. It changed language. And then my one, when I stopped playing, it changed language. So when I finished my first round and went to play it next one, it turned into French, 100% French. So I had to try and read through it to try and change the language. And she was there going, what do I do? And they had to come over and reset a game and say, yeah, we'll give you a couple of more minutes. I was like, oh, yeah, so she could sit there while the other lot come and sit down.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I was really... So getting the shitty stuff out of the way, I was really, really disappointed. There was no EGX. They branded it EGX and stuck it in the what's the name? You know, just shoehorned it. They stuck EGX in the corner. That was it. It was like, oh, let's see if we can get some more ticket sales. Let's shoehorn it into the corner. There's nothing left. MCM is the bigger one, and that just took over. And like everyone said, just more. It was just markets. It was buy. Everything was sale.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the food courts had tripled in size around the edges.
Yeah,
like it was just food, and that's what I got from it. Was I bought that the lid as a consolation prize. I wanted it anyway. I collect them, as you can see in the background. But and it was on a decent price, and it was from a proper retailer that I'd kind of known before anyway, so got to buy it from them. But the other thing was, what did I come away with? There was crippling debt for a sandwich. That is literally all I got from EGX.
It was the price for food.
A coffee, a croissant, and a bagel, and it was like almost 30 quid. I'm like, you taking the piss?
I think I spent $17.99 on a bagel, packet of crisps, and a small can.
I hope it wasn't, because it was an £11 meal deal.
I was on the bagel place on the other side.
Yeah,
it was on the bagel place. Yeah.
See, now I was smart. I at least went for the duck burger, and that was £11. It was worth it. Like that dude put a whole duck in that burger.
Nice. Very quickly, going back to Star Wars Outlaws, and we were just in the front of the queue. There was literally just us, and in front of me, because I was at the front of our little group, and in front of me was this very nice little French piece. And two guys literally just walked past. Two guys walked past, overlooked into the booth, and was like, "Ah, yes, the shit one," and just carried on. I loved. There was a lot of moments like that, which was quite humorous for me.
Going back to the stalls of the res section, there was a couple of games we liked. There was that shopping one where you got to stay away from the security guard before he kills you.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun. I mean, it was broken to high hell because you have you have to collect certain foods or items from your shopping list.
Hey, Andy.
One of them. Hi, Andy. And one of them was tuna from behind the counter. And you go up to the counter, and can you pick up the tuna? Can you bugger? That was it. And you get killed every time because you've got nothing else to do and you've got nowhere else to go. Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Don't push the trolley cart because it's glitched."
That's what I mean about being the indie games. It was just, that was quite fun. That was quite good.
To be fair, his intro to that game was really good. He was like, "So you're going to be the cunt today." And I was like, "You've made this game good. That's why I want it now." But
I now want to see what this is.
Yeah. I also went to I can't remember what it was called. It was a card building game, a deck builder game, and it was all right. And the guy came to me afterwards. "What do you think to the game?" I went, "It's all right. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a fan of deck builders, but I really liked how it flowed." And he went, "Oh, okay," and walked off. I was like, "You don't know who I am." I was just giving my honest thoughts, and I don't like deck builders, so you're gonna get my honest thoughts. But he didn't want to fucking know. He just walked away and went, "Okay, cheers."
All right. Speaking of, except for sticking with the indies for a minute, that basketball one that you and I played, Paul, was very fun.
That was cool.
That was that was pretty. Oh, what was it called?
I saved it on. I saved it on my Steam. It's like Duncan High or something. I don't know. Essentially, it was like me versus Paul, and there's like two portals, and you gotta run and pretty much like basketball, but it's just so funny because you got
you had jump and dash. That was it. Just jump and dash. and that was
Grab
cool.
the ball, let go of the ball.
Indy, we missed seeing you there this year as well. We did miss you, my man, but you did not miss anything.
Yeah,
okay?
you didn't miss shit.
You saved a shit ton of money. Even the electricity bill and the resource time of sending your content or press application over to EGX, you would have wasted that time to go to it. So, well done.
It would have been great to have met
the
you
indie
too,
games-
Indy, by the way.
Yeah, would have been nice to see him again. But it was nice to see that again, even though there weren't many, and it would have been nice to see more. The fact that the indie games in number at least showed up the AAAs was good.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
for
Definitely.
sure.
Definitely, but it's just a massive shame. It just frustrates me. Like, I went home early Sunday because of other reasons, and another reason was I didn't know if I could stand being in the thousands of people trying to play a game that might not be that great. So I went home early Thursday, and a part of me was like, should I have stayed? Should I have just bared it? But I was like, I got home after my train was delayed for an hour and a half, and I was like, I'm glad I came home.
Yeah.
After that day.
If I had a weekend pass, I probably would have done Friday. I may have turned up Saturday. I only, for those who don't know, I had a Friday pass only, and that was enough for me. But like, if I had a weekend pass, I would have probably turned up Saturday just to try and mingle a bit and see who I could talk to. Because Friday I went round, I was looking at everything. I obviously met you guys. I didn't do any business schmoozing. I was just, not that there was much to do, but yeah, I know, but I didn't do any. And I would have probably turned up Saturday to try to do some, and then I would have gone home around lunchtime.
I mean, literally, apart from going and having a chat with Thumb Soldiers, the guys from Thumb Soldiers, she wasn't even a dev. I think she was one of the social managers for Poltergeist. She was there, obviously, all masked up because she didn't want to speak, so you could barely hear what she was saying. And the rest of them were all social. And we could talk about we might talk about it later on, which was Roto. So Roto Experience VR got a shout out to Elliot, and I'll shout out them guys later on for their chair. He was really engaging, and they were the only ones that we really, so literally doing that business or the push out or just having chats with people and getting the lowdown on what's there from them literally was three people. Three people I had a good chat with. That was it. The rest of them were just their social media, social marketers. Hi, this is Star Wars. Come sit down. Sorry, it's in French. Reset it. Have a go. Right, there's the exit. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
Yeah.
So it was the gaming EGX side overwhelmed by Comic-Con side of things. To be honest with you, Indy, EGX just wasn't there. Like Res, the arcade retro bit that you remember, it was a little bit smaller. The 4-player LAN was a little bit smaller. They had a massive kid zone. And they had the horror thing in the middle was a bit weird because it was like this graveyard bit and they were promoting horrors, but it wasn't specifically a publisher or promoter. It was weird because they had Poppy Playtime on the outside. And don't get me started on walking past there and seeing 5 to 6 year olds playing Poppy Playtime with their dad standing over them, and people just thinking that's all right. And I'm like, no, that's not cool. It's going to end up wanting to buy loads of it. Anyway, yeah, it was. MCM was on the S side. S, wasn't it? S.
It's okay.
That was on that side. And then you had everybody, then you had EGX on the other side, which was, like we said before, 2 rows of indie games, handful, Star Wars Outlaws, and then it was all market stalls all the way to the end. You had 2 massive, we had an arena stage, which they had last year in the middle, and then you had a smaller stage to the back.
The pop stage.
Pop stage. It was just so weird having all these stages with not really much. I said not really much on it. I'm sure if we'd sat down and had a look.
MCM I would agree.
The pop stage had a few bits going on it when I was walking past it. Japanese singing karaoke type thing going on.
Pop Asia. So that was the flat
Yes.
one, wasn't it? Their little area.
They
There was another stage behind it.
They actually had Pokemon there. They actually had Pikachus there, and I was like, "What? I missed this completely."
One of them fell over.
Yeah, one of
They
them.
had
fell over.
Halo rave. So they had Master Chief rave. So they had loads of Master Chiefs with loads of LED lights on them, like proper busting some shape in the middle of it. There was a dinosaur rave at some other point that people could join in. Any indie publishers there? No.
One wasn't there.
Which publisher?
I'm trying to remember now.
Bandai?
There was. I'm pretty sure there was one publisher.
I gotta say this stuff is too hot, man. Whoa.
You know in the clusters of indies, there was one where all 4 games were on like back to back were one developer.
Was that a developer or was that? No. So indie, there was no. I was saying there's no Thunderfall, no Team 17, no Devolver, no P Cube, no Wired,
No Wired.
No Wired.
The left field was tiny. It literally had like 6 screens.
Yep.
Megan, you missed the dinosaur rave. Your batteries ran out by the end of the evening. It was on Friday. That's
when
when
replacing the batteries for that, and then it just didn't work.
the kid that turned up in the dinosaur costume at the same time, that he said he was there for the dinosaur rave later on. So they had everyone in them big blow up dinosaur outfits with a couple of glow sticks busting some shapes on the Pop Asia stage. Anyway, Indy, it was pretty bad for EGX. That's what I'm saying. I just don't think they had any uptake from anybody. I don't know if PAX had worn them all out.
Well, this is the question
Stubbs,
as well.
Put your hair back on. You put your hair back on, Stubbs.
It is a question, isn't it, as to whether they had no uptake or they just didn't manage it properly. That's the balancing act of which one was it, or was it a mix of both? Did they just not manage to get it out there and get people in, or were people just there's either not enough games out at the moment, which I know is not true because there's a bunch of things they could have had in there. Monster Hunter Wilds
just literally is finishing up, wasn't it? Next Fest on Steam, and that's absolutely brimming full of indies.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds has had a beta drop today on PlayStation.
Shit,
you telling me they couldn't have had a playable beta at EGX? No way. Phasmophobia has just dropped a console edition. They couldn't have been like, come on, there were enough games to even put 5 or 10 more in there easily. So the question is, do people not want to go EGX, or is EGX not managing it properly?
Well,
I think
go on, Hayden. I don't think they manage it properly because remember they had Assassin's Creed Shadows, and they pulled out. And by the sounds of it, they got absolutely nobody to replace it because they either couldn't be asked or they just didn't have enough time. If they didn't have enough time, that's a poor excuse. So if they couldn't be asked, that's a poor excuse.
I think they were hoping on Assassin's Creed. I think they placed their money on that because that would have been a pre-release, would have been, the big thing that they had. And you can tell that they didn't fill it and they couldn't be bothered with it because then they put their massive cubes in the middle next to the 2 Bangborough buses. Cyber Power and Fraggers, which got overheated with the amount of PCs inside and got shut down. We went, didn't we, Aiden? We went to go.
We tried to get in.
Tried to get in. They said, "Sorry, we're closed because it's overheated. Every PC's shut down."
This was the other thing. Did you notice this as well? So obviously where the stalls were at, which by the way, people, was about 60 to 70% of the entire hall, right? Was stalls and sales.
Both sides.
It was
both sides.
Yeah, it was. But the thing is, as I said earlier, with MCM, that's a little bit more the norm because you go to buy geeky stuff and then there'll be like talks and signings and stuff like that. But EGX, that's never been like that. Don't get me wrong, even MCM has probably never been like 70%. That was bad, but it's usually about 50-50, whereas EGX is usually like 20 to 30% stalls and then the rest is games. But did you notice that? Go on, mate.
I was about to say, did you notice that all those stalls are pretty much just like the same by the end of it?
Yeah,
because a lot of artists,
artists, merch for like anime or gaming related stuff pops, and then just you repeat and paste and repeat.
I mean, it was also so strange that they had like massive on the EGX side. a massive chunk of the first part. So you had the games, and just behind the games, a massive chunk of those stalls that were there were all about cosplay. So the whole cosplay bit was over that side as well.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought about
and stuff like that.
Foam swords, like Monster Effects who were there, just having a look at their work and stuff like that. It was just,
Don't forget the butt plugs with the tails coming off.
Oh, butt plug tails, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with a good butt plug.
No, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, this one had a tail on the end.
But also, when you got down to the gaming section, so after the stalls, the amount of space between things. So like you were saying with the buses, now obviously there needs to be a certain amount of space between them, whatever, but the amount of space between them and then the indie and then Star Wars, there was this huge gaping gap between the indie and Star Wars. Huge.
Yeah, we kind of just stuck in those gaps when we didn't know where to go. We're just like,
we're waiting for somebody.
Yeah.
But
usually me after I'd gone for a walk.
One of us would flip-flop off somewhere.
Yeah. For me as well, I'm a massive D&D fan, and I was like, D&D 50 years this year. Wow, they've got a massive stall. Do you know what's inside that box? Fuck all. It was literally a couple of signs and posters you could look at, then a massive row of where you could walk to this line up to buy the new DM's guide or the new player's manual. I was really disappointed, being a massive D&D fan, that there was nothing, absolutely fuck all, to do with D&D apart from a couple of signs.
I think you should have another rant about Virgin as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Your Virgin engineers really fucked you over.
So it's not my side then.
No.
It's not even my connection. It's my PC.
Yeah,
I can hear it. I can hear it start kicking in
fizzling
when it gets laggy. So
sorry,
but the TTRPG stuff there was quite a bit of it, but it didn't really do anything. It was like, we have all these dice, and we have a really big dice that you can roll and then get more dice out of, and just buy all our stuff. Buy all our stuff.
Yeah, and even the D&D booth had, like, at the start 5 iPads where you could sign up for D&D Beyond. By the end of Friday, there was one that removed the rest of them. Why, I don't know, but yeah, it was that. Even I was disappointed in that. Just EGX was shit.
Sadly,
the EGX section, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. The EGX section was poor.
I must admit, the staff was quite nice when it came to letting me in.
Oh, but what you had to do to get in.
Yeah, I forgot my pass. I had it delivered here, and the Uber came a bit too early, so I forgot my pass. So I had to literally go up to the guy and was like, "Please let me in." And the guy was like, "Is your pass at home?" "Yes." "Is your wife at home?" "Yes." "Could you get her to send me a picture of both sides of it intact, cut it in half, send me both sides of it being after it's cut in half?" So I did that, and he goes, "Okay, fine. Here's your new pass." And I said to him, "Oh, I imagine you get this quite frequently then." And he goes, "Yeah, but don't tell anybody this, but we've had people had the exact same issue. This isn't the first time today, and we've actually made them pay for their pass again." So I don't know how I was able to skin the teeth and miss an additional charge, but that man,
he was just a nice guy. To be fair,
he was really sweet. It was really sweet.
Should we just quickly talk about some other games like Little Nightmares? I very much enjoyed the beta for that. I enjoyed the demo. It was really fun. Like, I really love Little Nightmares as a franchise. I think they're absolutely wicked. Okay, bye Paul, bye Tom.
I'm still here. Just okay. Obviously, I'm doing something that I'm going to try and stop doing on screen because I don't want to promote.
Oh right, okay, fair play. And I really enjoyed it. It was nice. It was simplistic. It showed off enough of the game that got me instantly gripped and can't wait for it to actually be released. I loved it. King, did you manage to get to play Little Nightmares 3?
No, I didn't, but Little Nightmares 3 isn't really my sort of game. I would definitely check it out, but it's not really something I would play. I got to admit there wasn't really anything that I was drawn to. No. There was I watched Lou play a. It was a little bit like a. Oh, what's the name of the game? Stardew Valley. It was a little bit like Stardew Valley, and it was like you're on a farm, and you got that looked kind of cutesy, and again, not something I would play, but it looked kind of interesting, something that you could report about and stuff. And then I had a look over at the VR section, and there was one done by a university that looked kind of interesting as well. But that was about it. Like nothing really stood out to me. Like there wasn't really anything.
Replay was pretty good. Ukulele Replay, but that was but that was that.
It was quite good. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
But that's already out, isn't it? I think that's already out.
More soon. But we tried that Unknown 9. I can't remember what it's called properly.
Unknown. Go on. Awakening Unknown.
That's it. Awakening Unknown 9. I hated the demo. I thought so for everyone, and not that I didn't hate the game. The demo, it was just the demo they released was terrible. So what they did was they went, you press the start button, and they went, here's what you do. You use these buttons to fight. You use these buttons to move. You use these buttons for your abilities. You use these buttons for this. Now play the game. And you went in. You're in like a little sandbox area. People start attacking you, and you have no help on how to use all your abilities. I'm like, okay, how do I phase through shit? How do I punch and slam them to the ground? I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just getting absolutely wrecked. Why? So and it was dead. To be fair, that game was dead, and I'm not surprised why, because it was just unbelievably hard to get your head round, which was a shame because it looks really good. You quite liked the Sword Art Online, didn't you, Paul?
Yeah, I did. I mean, like, because I was a fan of the anime as well, so it was good to do that. And it's your typical JRPG of, and then just fighting everywhere and running in an open world and smashing the crap out of different things to loot. They were loot drops, just loot droppers. They were the platonic friends, but they weren't. I don't think I didn't get to speak to any of them. They weren't any there. I don't think at the time. It was just some social media managers. Got to play the game, and that was fun. Really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
What was the one that was next to it? There was a racing game that I think Daz would like. It was really colourful, really retro, old school. I can't remember what it was called though. That's shit at me, isn't it? I might have a look on my pictures.
Fair enough. And to be fair, should we talk about the one thing that we actually really astounded by in the EGX? And it was a chair,
which I mentioned before. Yeah, so it is niche, but it was like I said,
Victory Heat Rally.
Yeah, that's it. Victory Heat Rally. That was really good.
I was literally just about to look up, see who was there, to see if I could find the name for it. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, Poltergeist was there. They were all right. What was the other one? Nicodico. Then there was the university had 4 stalls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Platonic Friends was there. And it was Victory Rally. That's right. Yeah, Victory Rally was next door to it. And the other one that Tom and I loved was... Oh, he already has it. Oh, bloody hell. See what I mean? Like they were already out. There was one called Dunk Dunk, which is the one that Tom and I played.
That was the basketball star one.
That was the basketball star one, which is brilliant. And India, that
was fun.
If you've played that was fun. That was really good. So we're going back to it. So the VR section, there was Roto Explorer VR, which was a concept chair. Elliot, who came and had a chat with us, did his sales pitch or whatever, and then obviously we said we had a podcast and we would do a shout out. And he let Hayden and Tom have a go. Now Tom gets travel sickness quite a lot and has tried VR, and usually, as far as I'm aware, blows chunks and throws up when he plays VR. And so he was convinced by Elliot to go and sit down. So this chair has been designed by them, and it moves with a tracker on the side of your headset, and it turns 360. So it moves around with you. So you move your head, it travels with you. So he was trying to say that one of the things it's key to that they did some surveys and found out that people tend to sit when they try and do VR, which is true. I'd prefer to sit on my arse and do VR, not always stand up. Beat Saber, is an exception. But sometimes I like to sit, and most of them have, you want a chair. So they developed this chair, and it moves. It looks pretty smooth. Tom and Hayden can give you their thoughts on it. And there's a little tracker on the side. And I asked how much it was. So if you think about it, a VR chair that's automated, has one power cable, completely wireless tracking to your headset, moves when you move. How much do you think it would go on the market for? Anyone want to take a guess, or just want to have a stab in the dark? You know how much it is, Hayden.
Yeah.
So
now, obviously, we spoke about this, and obviously, ones out there right now you can find are about £2,000 to £3,000. So, that's the proper high ending ones.
Cheap.
So,
yeah, no, I've seen the rotor chair, and I've also had my eye on the catwalk VR.
Catwalk VR as well.
Yeah, I've had my eye on that, so I can imagine most ballpark figures are going to be about 1,000, 1,500. But I think with this, I don't know the price of this one, but I have seen it, and it does look pretty good. Wired were doing something when they did the Dig preview. They were like talking about it, and I think they were collabing on a giveaway or something. So
it's the same company, so they definitely
800.
They made it.
Yeah,
spot on. Yeah,
spot on. So Daz was right as well. Yeah, it was $799 at the show as well. They were giving £100 off if you bought it at the show, but I could not part with $699 for it.
No, but that's not bad. That's a decent amount off.
But on top of that, I didn't think that was a bad price for a chair, considering what it can do. And he was like, "Thank you for saying," because I said, "Actually, I thought you would have going to say about $1,000, 1,500," and he said, "No,
1,200, yeah."
Because he's got, he said that some of the stick they get on X and places like that is, I can buy a £20 IKEA chair and do the same thing. I was like, no. Like for what you're doing, yes, it is niche for those that have got VR, but if they could afford it, they could have it. And it was originally orange, but they were told by Argos and Game apparently that it just would not sell in those colors, so orange and black. So they changed the colors, they changed it to black, and it looks a lot sleeker and it's really, really nice. But they didn't change the tracker design, and I did notice that the tracker is a little round circular thing with a small white circle in the middle, and the top half is a red half and the bottom half is a white half with a black line through the middle. And I said, you might need to change that design when Pokemon catch up with you for the Pokeball you've attached to the side.
Yeah,
it looks like a Pokeball. Yeah. And you've got to press the middle of the ball and it starts flashing blue. So he was like, oh yeah, you're pretty true. But it was really good to sit down, and I'm hoping Tom will come back. Maybe he will. But Tom had a go for the first time on VR in the chair, and he was elated. He did not have a single bit of travel sickness from it, and he loved it. How did
it's weird for me. No, go on.
I was going to say I'll tell my thoughts while I was waiting for Tom. But Carrot, what were you going to say, King? Before I.
It was just about, because I play a fair amount of VR, not a huge amount, but I like my VR. I've got a Quest 2. I actually play most of my VR standing up. It's only when I get into games that, like this game specifically, No Man's Sky. So if I'm playing that in VR, if I'm out and about on the planet, I'm fine standing up. But when it comes to piloting a ship or if you're in one of the mechs, my ass needs to sit down, because otherwise I'm gonna fall down, because I'll be there like pulling the thing back, and I'll just start going like this. All of a sudden I'm like, oh, doing the Matrix move, just like. So I need to sit down. And so if I'm ever playing No Man's Sky, if I'm using like this space here, I'll put a chair at the back, and I make sure that it's within kicking distance. So as I get in the ship, I kick back, make sure I hit the chair, and then I sit down to fly, because otherwise, I'm going arse over tit.
Fair play. So yeah, my honest thoughts. I only sat down in it really because they had Batman Shadows, and I was like, I'm really interested to see how it feels and what it's like. So I sat down, they attached me up, and as soon as I started, I was like, oh, they left me on the original setting, and I'm like, that's quite fast. So just be wary. You're gonna spin around quite quickly. And honestly, it was the most relieving kind of feeling to be able to sit down and it to move, and it, like he was saying, like the concept of making sure your mind thinks that your body is also moving at the same time with help with the motion sickness and stuff. It was an absolutely fantastic piece of kit. I was really surprised at how well it worked, how sleek it was, and even like, you know, just a quick turn, it just moves a little bit, or you want to go all the way around and you'll end up turning the entirety of the thing round. Like how many times I spam round, I don't particularly know, but it was well. I think if you're really into VR gaming, it is worth the price tag, just so you're able to sit down and enjoy VR without having to stand up all the time or precariously punching a wall or punching a TV. Or like King has said, he accidentally has to kick himself back into a so he can sit down in his ship in No Man's Sky. Also, the feeling of falling from a high place in Batman Shadows and landing on the ground, I was like, whoa!
When I played Assassin's Creed in VR, and I did the eagle jump. The leap of faith. I was leant over looking down. I had to tense my thighs because otherwise I was doing this. The leap of faith in Assassin's Creed. Oh, thank you, gorgeous. Got given. I don't like McDonald's, but I got given a milkshake. But yeah, no, like the leap of faith in Assassin's Creed is exactly the same, like jumping off. And I literally did this. I was like, whoo! And then I had to tense because I knew what was going to happen next. I was going to go, whoom! You see those people when VR first came out and they were playing games, they were falling like that straight over.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I want to add, by the way, for Tom, I said to Elliot, stick him on, and he said, what we'll do is we'll put him on Dig so that he's all right. He'll get used to the movement or whatever. Or we'll put on Batman and we'll reduce the settings. And then Tom, old brass nuts there, turns around and goes, no, I've got motion sickness. I throw up at literally spinning in a chair. And then he turned around and said, stick me on roller coaster. And they put him on roller coaster.
I didn't say stick me on roller coaster. I was led to the only chair that's available because Goober right there, Hayden, took the one which was for Batman, the easy one. And so they sat me down and the guy was putting it on my head and he goes, okay, so this is going to be the roller coaster. And I was like, okay, fine, fuck it. You know what? Instead of kicking
and Elliot stepped over looking really worried, going, fuck, I've just tried to sell the pitch this to the guys of the show. Are you sure you want to do this one to you? And you were like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, are you sure? Because this is a roller coaster. So you had the baptism of fire in the chair.
I did.
That was my first VR experience. It was,
same here. It is
Until Dawn roller coaster one.
Oh God!
On the PSVR.
God, imagine that that left a stain in your pants. That would have for me. But yeah, so I was so confident with the guy's pitch, saying, it's going to cure all motion sickness. I sat down and, away I went, shooting the bloody targets on the roller coaster. Yes, okay. There was at the initial, there was a bit of a whoa. And if you see on the video, which Paul got, a very nice video of both me and Hayden, there's a bit where you zoom in on me and you see me with the guns like this after shooting, and you see me go, that's because there's a fucking huge dip. And I had to mentally prepare myself for that. But it was actually all right. And that chair literally...
I don't know if you can see the look on his face of elation afterwards.
Yeah.
Just pure joy.
Yeah, that's my new Twitter profile pic because I love it so much.
But you can see, I don't know if you can kind of see, the profile of the chair is very small.
It is.
It is really nice. And your feet are there and your feet move around that disc. So they don't go anywhere. You are literally spinning in 360.
All I got to do is just turn my head this way and the chair goes with it. And vice versa the other way.
And it wasn't uncomfortable, was it? The chair wasn't uncomfortable.
It was very, very cozy. I mean, I could sit on that chair for a few hours, really. Don't know about the VR headset, but...
New social challenge. Get one of those chairs and just turn your head to the side on max settings. See how long you can last for.
How long you can go without. And then just prove their motion sickness thing.
Forget the ice bucket challenge. It's the roll challenge. You've got to go.
Oh fuck yeah, that oof. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, and I was like to my wife, "Look at this, please," and she was like, sell your shit, and then you can get one. So, but yeah, no,
Wow.
that was fun. Sorry, what did I miss? Obviously, Lewis hasn't
No.
turned up yet. Do we know anything about that yet? Whether Lou's joining us or not?
No, Megan.
No messages.
Max?
But I'm gonna stick this in. So this is the link if anyone's interested in the Roto. So you can have a look at it if you want to and see about buy it now. They've got some videos and some challenges, and they talk about it. You can subscribe and bits like that. And they do have. They actually have a giveaway at the moment. I don't know if it's finished yet. They did it at the show, but they do have a giveaway at the moment with Wired, where you can you go in, follow them, Wired, Dig VR, and you can also subscribe to them, and you have a chance of winning one of these and a copy of Dig VR. So anyone who has VR, there you go. Look, I said we'd do it at Lewis. Lewis, where are you? Okay. I love, by the way, I just loved. I don't know if this is going to.
I love that.
There are 30 days left on the giveaway.
Face. There's 30 days left.
Yeah.
It's Tom, your face.
Fucking hell.
That's not the picture. That's not the picture that we posted online.
I know that's the one with you smiling is afterwards.
But as a VR user, that chair is definitely something that is interesting for me.
Yeah, 100% for me as well. Like 100% for me.
Lewis is in the back rooms. He's ready to come on to the show. Should we let him on or should we let him stall?
No.
Yeah, chat. What do you think? Should we let him in? Someone say.
Let's so if we can see that.
That's it. I'm taking his space now.
There we go, King. You're the. Well, I was about to say you're the new Lou, but I don't think you want that title, mate. Stubb says no. We got to reject him now. Oh, bring him in. Bring him in.
Max, you're cool. Ask him for the password.
Oh, yeah.
Can he still see? You can see the private chat, can't he?
I think so,
Can he?
yeah.
Lou?
So cool, yeah, that's the end of tonight's live show. Thank you.
Definitely. Oh, so what have I missed? When I was dabbling in and out, how have I actually password has come shot Lou?
I know we were basically talking about the VR stuff and then elaborating on it and then waiting to get your opinions on it.
Yes. Oh, again, I can't say anything high. I can't speak any higher on of my experience, my limited experience on VR at EGX. That was mind blowing. Just the chair itself, fucking brilliant.
Tell you what, I'm gonna let him in at 53 minutes, so he's as 53 minutes late for Daz as he is for this show.
Oh
no! Go on, let him
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lewis, you're 53 minutes late, mate.
Yeah, I know.
You are live. Please don't say fuck or bugger.
Everyone else is fine.
He's not even listening, is he?
Are you still making that poxy gamer table?
No, I've done that. Now I'm putting the PC back together.
So you've got no camera?
Can we not have your video on so we can see everything you're doing? Please?
No,
come on, I said please. The
no,
chat
won't be able to see me.
The chat are demanding.
Chat is asking for
are demanding to see your content.
Bow selector.
Chat can wait.
Oh.
So, Lewis, what are your comments?
Meg says we need to see this.
I'm
not joking.
Well, the topic we just discussed. What are your thoughts on it?
What, VR?
Oh, so you have been listening then?
Yeah, of course I've been listening. I'm not fucking deaf.
do not say fuck or bugger reference. I love it. Go on then, Lou. Go on. Yeah.
VR is one of the greatest innovations we've had in gaming for a very long time.
An overall perspective. Oh, Megs. Oh, Megs. Lewis, you got Hayden. You got to highlight that comment from Megs.
Oh.
Oh,
Can you see
put
that,
your
Lewis?
camera on if you want to keep your Deadpool suit.
Hang on, because I'm doing something.
So we spoke about cupping, but she's got your balls in a vice right now, my friend.
Lewis, what is this live show? What is this live show meant to be about? We're not talking about what VR. We're talking about what VR.
EGX.
So, what did you think of those chairs, Lou?
I used it at the Diggerland for the VR experience for Dig VR, and they were really cool.
Right.
The fact that whenever you turned your head, it moved with you.
I was so upset I missed that.
I imagine that
for those who don't know, those who don't know, Wired Productions put on a dig event at literal Diggerland, and you got to actually move around in JVCs, JCBs, whatever the fuck they're called.
JCB.
That's the one, and also that they then put you in the VR headset with the roto chairs. I missed out on that because I was taking a friend to the airport at the same time, which was
what a bad friend.
So, Lewis, do you know Vinted?
Vinted, as in the website.
Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it well? Do you have an account?
No, I know that it's a very it's like you can sell pretty much anything on it.
Yeah, I'd suggest you set up an account so you can buy your Deadpool costume back.
Meg, are you going to Megs, are you going to wash it, or are you going to have stains of Lewis's?
Megs wouldn't take it away. She knows how much I like it.
She said if you don't put your camera on, she's selling it. She goes, right, it's going on Vinted.
She wouldn't do it.
Oh,
No?
She's calling out. She's
never say never.
He's
no,
calling
she
out
wouldn't
your
because
bluff.
she knows how upset I'd be.
Do you know
Would you be as upset when you first got...
how upset our viewers are that they can't see you?
Fucking hell, Daz.
No one cares that they can't see me.
20
£20 on a Mars bar sold. I'll pay for that, Megs. As long as it's washed first.
You wouldn't fit in it.
So I'll give you a Mars bar. You don't have to wash it. And then I'll sell it on
guys
Holly
fit in my suit.
with venomous gooch sweat.
You're too big, all of you.
Oh.
Tom's too small.
Yes.
Hayden's too small. Paul, you're too big. None of you are fitting.
I know that's what she said.
I don't know. I bet Paul would give it a go.
So who remembers?
We already spoke about it when I told him.
Are we talking about a suit now? I'm kind of lost.
We're talking about Lewis's gooch sweat in a Deadpool suit, which is being flogged for £20 at a Mars bar. Needs a wash.
Yeah, it needs a wash,
brother.
Oh dear. Anyway, back to EGX. So should we talk about MCM then? Because we've shat on EGX.
That's what it was. MCM. So the MCM show on the weekend was fantastic. You got to speak to some artists. You could go and get some signatures or pay for a signature or a photograph with the people you liked or loved. They had some free events in the theatre section. They did actually on Sunday, I think it was a Sunday, they had the Dragon Age Veiled cinematic show on the big screen at MCM. They also had the new full trailer for the new One Piece series for the anime. And there were things like what was it, the D&D. So they had the whole cast of Baldur's Gate play D&D on stage on Sunday as well.
Nice. That would have been cool to watch. That would have been very cool to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, MCM seemed to have did particularly well, apart from the stalls that obviously kind of took over most of the entirety of the show. But yeah, I think they had some great guests on. They had some great pieces on. There was plenty of shit I wanted to buy. I know that much. But when the moths are flying out my wallet, it's not going to happen, unfortunately.
No, exactly. I was the same. But that is what MCM's about. Like the Comic Con aspect is, you go there. Since Baldur's Gate's come out, there is always something Baldur's Gate happening, but that's a good thing because Baldur's Gate is absolutely fucking superb. So being able to watch them play actual D&D, which I know they've been doing a lot of recently, on socials, on lives and stuff like that, which has been pretty cool. And then, as you said, there's people you can go meet and get them to sign stuff, and usually you get a trailer or two drop. San Diego has all the trailers. Like San Diego Comic-Con has all the trailers. They get everything. But over here we might get one every now and then. And then it's stuff to buy. It's buying all the geeky stuff, which is why, when we talk about the stalls, that is more of a common thing at MCM. Not to that extent, but yeah, definitely more of a common thing.
Yeah.
But I look at a picture of me and Lou. I don't know if you can't see it that well, but there's me and Lou in our costumes, and I realized that's in what was over the EGX section, so that's where most of the games were. And they didn't even have an EGX sign; it was an MCM sign at the bottom. Look,
it was
MCM
everywhere.
MCM,
yeah, there wasn't even an EGX sign.
Weird. It was a very confusing layout.
Yes, it was a very confusing layout, and it was very, very busy. I feel like it was
hugely busy, but that was like more of a Comic-Con busy as well, because the amount of costumes and cosplay there was immense and brilliant. I've got to say, absolutely brilliant. And I was thinking,
okay, gents, favorite cosplay that you saw. It cannot be your own, and it cannot be Lewis.
So I'm going to say there's I have two, and they are, one of them was actually another Deadpool, and he had the Deadpool 2 movie accurate.
Sorry.
And he was walking around with a unicorn on wheels.
Putting it on Vintage. She sent a message to the chat. May need to watch one a few times, but lost the deal, and now it's going.
Oh my fucking god!
Lewis,
on screen.
Listen, I will bury everyone. Comes anyone near me with my suit, I will put everyone in the fucking ground.
Oh my god!
Megan has put it on Vintage.
No. Want to see the real Deadpool? I'll put you in the fucking ground. That'll prove it.
Anyway, Paul, what were you saying? Sorry.
Where was I? Yeah. So the first one was there was a it was so good. I mean, like, no offense, Lewis's one was brilliant, but this guy had, like, it was just awesome. It was immense, and I just thought it was like movie accurate. And he was going around. Have I got a photo? I'm sure I've got a picture of him. There would be cooler. Lewis got interviewed as well, by the way, but I don't know if you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. Was that the guy
we saw him in Stratford?
Yeah, we saw him in Stratford, didn't we? Yeah.
Textured. So it was like leather and textured. It was movie accurate. He had everything there, and he was just going around. And the only reason he had the unicorn was, one, for a bit of a laugh, but two, because he was short. So he was really short. He had to sit on it for the photos, because otherwise he was a little too short for a Deadpool. But I thought that was a brilliant costume, and he made fun with it as well, as did Lewis with his one. And then the other one was the T-51B. There was a guy there with a full Brotherhood of Steel armor.
Was that on
most
Sunday?
of the time he didn't actually come down. Yeah, he was there actually for the weekend, but most of the time he didn't actually come down to the show because he couldn't make it past N11 without, like, sweating his nuts off and being tired. So most of the time he hung around outside that end, and it was just brilliant. I didn't actually get a photo of him, but it was pucker. Cool. They were my two. What about you, King?
Me, there were some really good cosplays. The one that stands out in the first one that comes to mind when we think of good cosplays was a woman who did her own version of Gojo, Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Really, really good. Anyone else?
Hayden,
yeah,
Tom?
Sorry. Tom.
Hayden, go first.
I don't mind. Go on. The first one is that to be fair, that Lady Deadpool that came over and had a photo with Lewis
was brilliant as well.
She was absolutely, that was comic, like movie accurate. It was incredible. And then it was the one that I wasn't expecting to see at all, but it was the vessel from Sleep Token.
Yeah, actually, he was there on Sunday again.
Yeah, he was absolutely incredible looking. Like, I genuinely was like, are we sure that's not Vessel?
Still didn't get a photo with him. He walked past me again, didn't manage to.
Yeah. Tom?
Me, honorable mention. The two main protagonists from It Takes Two. There was a couple who did that, which Hayden and I got a picture of. Side note, why that's one of my favorites is because Hayden and I did a Let's Play on it. I think it's on your channel, isn't it, Hayden?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I mean that was cool to see and get a picture for me and him. But the one which I love and sticks in my mind right now is someone came as Tofu Jill Valentine. So literally, it's just a white box with like little slots of eyes and arms, and he's in a little white cat suit underneath, and it's just got the Jill's Raccoon City fucking beret on top. And I just thought that is brilliant. I saw quite a few Jill Valentines, and I thought, yeah, okay, you look very nice, but the Tofu Jill Valentine, fucking brilliant. I absolutely love it because it's so out of the box, and I just have to say that's my fucking favorite cosplay.
Out of the box while being in a box.
Exactly. Lewis, and you can't say yourself, and I'm afraid we can't have Megs as the purple dinosaur. Who was your favorite cosplay that you saw? Oh, also honorable mention to Fat He-Man. That was brilliant.
Oh yeah, I so wanted to get him in as a Lou replacement because Lewis wasn't there.
Oh, we should have asked.
Lewis.
Lady Deadpool, the one that danced with me.
Yeah.
Oh, anyone else?
Lewis, you're still building that fucking table, aren't you? I can hear you with the Allen key.
No, I'm putting all the wires back together.
How many wires have you got?
I've got 2 monitors and I haven't done this in a very long fucking time.
So your favorite is Lady Deadpool, which she did look incredible. But anybody else? Any honorable mentions?
Yeah, the couple of the Dekus from My Hero Academia saw, and there was a group of them who was a Shigaraki, what's the name? Toga and Dobby and Togoyami. They were all kind of a group, and they all looked absolutely fantastic. The guy who made the Togoyami like bird face, it was clean. Even me and Paul even said it was really clean, even if it was foam. But yeah, honestly, some questions.
Really
My
good.
Hero ones there.
Should use no nails. Dave's messing with bolts, by the way.
as we were walking in just after I put on the Prison Pepper outfit because I didn't wear it there for obvious reasons. We were walking down from the entrance and from using one of the toilets to get changed, and we went past a group of people
Venom.
who
There was a
huge Venom, yes, but we were walking past a
I love
group of
them.
people. Walking past a group of people who were taking photos as shut up you I'm talking. Walk past a group of people who were taking photos of themselves, and they were all in Demon Slayer outfits, like they were different Hashira from Demon Slayer. And as we're walking past, they're like Deadpool and Pepper and the dinosaur, everyone get in. So we just all ended up getting in the photo. It was brilliant.
Nice.
I remember that.
But yeah, there was this like 6.5 foot Venom, like all foam Venom as well, that Lou wanted to get a photo with. They were huge.
Wow.
Yeah. Funnier thing is, they actually went to the premiere in London for Venom.
Oh yeah,
Seen a picture of them. Yeah, I've seen a picture of them.
I don't know what you can see. That camera doesn't focus too
I
well.
mean, the outline itself is impressive.
They're huge. They were huge.
Yeah, and he also had he even done the voice, which was really cool. He actually done the voice of Venom.
Is that who you're going to dress up as for next year, Lou?
No, that probably you fucking sweat to death.
Well, you were sweating to death in your one.
No, not as bad. Fucking if I wore that.
Yes, you
When
were.
you
The
were
amount of
walking down- we
liquid
were
that came out of your mask.
Yeah.
Just walking, and they'd be like dripping down the down.
Listen, like I said to you the other
Sounds
day.
wrong, and dripping down the chin.
Like I said to you the other day,
Paul,
the
this
reason I
is
carried
family.
on doing it is because of how much people loved it so much that it actually made me feel good. That people were literally just coming up to me going, "Oh my god, please can I get a picture?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course you can." And the shock,
And that-
like they were expecting me to say no.
Well, that's the
To be
thing,
fair,
though. That
you-
is Comic-Con. Like when you dress up, you go to them and you cosplay. People want photos with you. Other people in costumes want to share, photos with you and do all of that. That is Comic-Con, and when you do it for the first time, it's such it's such a feeling. And for you, Lou, like some of the people that were there for the EGX, I thought it was big. Yeah, and you, King, as well. There's some bits that were on a cosplay channel on Facebook. I shared it with Lewis, where someone turned up with their like full end spectrum autistic son who's like, there's no sound, does not verbal, so it's non-verbal autism. And just thanking everybody who was in costume and the way that they were and the chill out room that's there, which they have all the time. And there's a picture of Lewis and Meg's with the kids. So, shared up.
Yeah, really made
You
his
getting
day.
stabbed. Yeah.
Made his day. Literally got
Sharing
I got
violence.
literally.
I remember that kid, because
Yeah.
I remember doing the Macathon. Yeah.
We'd literally just met up with you, I think. We'd literally just found you, and the kid came by.
Yeah.
To be fair, Loom also made someone had dressed up as Domino from Deadpool 2, and she literally screamed when she saw Lou as Deadpool.
She did.
Because she said she was looking for a Deadpool all day. Like, there's loads of them.
There were loads
there
of
were like
them.
thousands
I
of
think it was more
everywhere.
the fact that she said that no one else would take a picture of her, but as soon as she saw me, and
Oh.
she went, "Please, please, please," and I said, "Yeah, sure."
And did you just
Wow.
put that?
Website's expired. Maybe someone just hasn't renewed it.
Yes, but also they put up on their Twitter the other day that there should be an announcement for 2025, if I remember rightly.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
They
can't
said
cancel that.
best
That's the
game
last-
culture.
That is
But,
literally
from
the last fucking one.
2025
There was
dates
also-
coming soon.
Yeah, there was also we were stood with this couple for a while, and the fella was dressed as Wolverine, like very very decent Wolverine outfit. And every 5 seconds, because we were stood together, this is when Lou decided to chuck a bag on the floor with 7-Up in it, and then the 7-Up can went poof, and then me and Megs had to act like responsible adults. Like I ever want to fucking do that when I don't have kids with me. I want to act like a responsible adult. Thanks, Lou. Tidy it up and stuff after him, and every 5 seconds, people because there was a Wolverine and a Deadpool together, everyone just wanted pictures, and they look great together. They did look really good together.
Must admit, we did look cool.
Just saw that our subscribers number is now on 69. Nice.
Our lucky number.
Yeah.
Our
No
lucky
more
number.
subscribers, please.
Hey, Jim Bob, how you doing, dude?
Thanks for joining in, Jimbo.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Jimbo.
Jimbo's in her.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Sweet.
Jimbo.
Yeah, when was the last post on there, X?
So are we talking
June,
about like WAS then? When?
July.
WSD will
Don't
probably
cancel
be
WAS, because if they
March,
cancel WAS,
April
there is
time.
no more gaming events in the UK.
July.
What do you mean?
No,
EGX is returning next year. They've announced that.
Well, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
but
let's
I
be
wouldn't
honest.
really call that a gaming event.
Let's
not
be
no more.
honest.
Here's the thing. If they didn't have MCM, they would not have sold out. Whoops. No, they would not have sold out.
Well, apparently they overdone it
No.
with the tickets, and a lot of people are complaining about the fact that security was really hard on people this year as well.
They just
Security
had to
did,
get used to it. Security did a brilliant job, I think.
security
Yeah,
did
no, I think they
nothing.
did.
They didn't check Hayden's bag like 5 times in one day.
What?
Yeah,
No,
they
we
did
had
it.
our stuff checked. We had
Didn't
our
check
stuff
They
his
went
bag.
Oh,
I got checked
every
on the
time
Friday. I got
came
checked
in.
once, and that
You
was
got
it.
checked once because the woman cupped it.
No,
Yeah,
I got
she-
checked properly.
she felt
I
your
got
bag.
checked properly. Yeah.
Oh,
I even
thought
got
she- I
through
thought
with
you
my
did-
fridge. Didn't even check my fridge because I was giving it to my friend to take it back to Leicester for me.
Yeah, no, there's a few people complaining online about how they were stuff was taken from them, like one had a bottle of like vintage alcohol that she bought with her to give.
Because
to
you're
her
not
friend.
allowed to bring alcohol
Yeah,
to the expo.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
that
on
was
them.
stupid.
That's on them.
Like,
That's like,
admittedly,
there's someone had a, an AR-15 removed from them because it was real and had live ammo in it, but they
Welcome
wanted
to
to wear it as
America.
cosplay. There was someone who had a real samurai sword removed from him from the queue. I watched the security officer walk down, like thinking it was a wooden one, but when you looked at it, it was full length. It wasn't the short and wooden ones, a full length real samurai, and think that you can walk in with one of those into a
thank you,
cosplay.
Jimbo.
Like,
I
thought,
why not.
oh, thanks, Jimbo.
Now that we
Can
got
you
remove
70,
that sub?
now
You've
that we
ruined
got
it for us.
70 subscribers, everyone go on
We're no longer
Vinted. You'll get
69.
20% discount on Lou's sweaty suit.
And get stabbed to death for wearing.
I legitimately thought, because I brought a drink in. There was a drink at the bottom of my bag. It was like a Lucasade Sport. It wasn't anything. I legitimately thought that was going to get taken, and I wouldn't have had a problem. I would literally just been like, okay, cool, let me finish it. Whack, done, goodbye. But like. The security did what they needed to do, in my opinion. They when we came in, they were a
I
little
just
bit
like the fact
stressed.
that they kept calling me.
The amount that turned up on Friday, I'm not surprised. And then when I turned up on Saturday, half of the security that was there on Friday down the walkway from the DLR was missing. And I felt like they needed to be there at that time because it was busier on the Saturday coming in.
I thought it would be.
But to be honest with you, having airport style, it was a lot quicker than what it has been before. I thought it was brilliant, just going through the walkways and then going through the metal detectors.
I thought it was nice and it was nice and fluid. You know, even going out for a smoke break, I thought the transition from inside the expo to outside and back in again was actually quite nice and very well managed from my perspective. It didn't seem like it was too clustered at points.
No, but if it was EGX, there wouldn't have been as much security.
If it was EGX alone, there wouldn't be as much people.
No, true.
I actually can't argue that. I'd agree. MCM draws a huge crowd, absolutely huge crowd. Any form of Comic Con does. Even when I've been to like the London Film and Comic Con, that's huge as well, and that's nothing compared to the size of MCM. But even that gets absolutely hectic.
Everyone, chat, say hello to Jimbo Slicey and introduce yourself.
Introduce
so he knows
yourself,
everyone.
Okay, Lou, you go first.
He already knows who I am.
Oh, all right. Oh, fuck.
And he knows, obviously, King.
He knows me, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. But I'm Tom. I'm the one in glasses. Well, it says my name right here anyway. So, yeah, twat.
Yeah, that's Daddy Tom.
Daddy Tom. Yeah, I'm a new dad, 3-month-old. And that's also my pimp name.
Good luck.
Thank you, King. I'm going to need it.
Hi, Daddy Tom.
Oh, Hayden, don't do that. It's bad enough having to share. It was bad enough having to share Paul's house with him.
Are you sleeping, Tom?
I'm there trying to watch Ghostbusters, and then next thing you know, I just got Paul behind me.
Can I join you?
Well, Tom,
You smell good, Tom.
Tom Paul done stuff to you while you was asleep?
Yeah, he called it "Let's watch Dr. Stone," but yeah.
Let's watch Dr. Stone and drink this drink. Nothing. There's no hypnol in this in any show.
Don't worry, it doesn't taste weird.
I literally just.
It's not a roofie
Your skin's
colada.
looking dry. Here's some baby oil.
Let's just quickly say, by the way,
You can call me Daddy Diddy.
he's joking. He definitely did not sexually assault Tom.
No, I'm fine. It was consensual.
Tom enjoyed every moment of it. See?
Damn, it sounds like I missed fun.
And Jimbo's just like, fuck this shit and gone.
I'm out.
I know. No, Jimbo has to deal with me, so he's used to stuff
okay,
like
cool.
this. Ask Jimbo about the trunk at the end of my bed.
Jimbo,
do we want to know about?
I think you should invite Jimbo on right now
just
to
to
tell
loads
that
of
story.
accoutrements in it.
He's typing away frantically.
He was traumatized. He called something the Orc Catcher 3000.
Oh my!
Sounds like a Saturday
Tom, you're
night
staying
round
with King next time.
Needs to show ID before continuing. Oh bugger! I don't have anything.
You shaved, that's why.
I know.
Bye.
I know. I felt like I needed to shave after that
You
weekend.
felt dirty after staying
did,
at my place.
I did.
He just wanted a bit of bump and grind.
He was fed up of feeling like Paul's mouth was over his face.
I can smell you.
I can smell you.
Time to feel the fuzz, boy. Fuck you and that trunk.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, Queen sat by me. She just reminded me. We went to an event called Format in September, and it was up in Liverpool. And he kept saying we kept threatening with something about something called a Fisto Roboto, and it's probably something I can't say on here right now. But needless to say, I tapped him on the shoulder with it and then tried to make him eat it.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Tried to
There's a
make
video
a
of me.
dildo.
I will share the video in another fashion. Let you guys giggle at that.
I like how-
Needless to say, we torment Jimbo. We torment him. Poor soul.
I like that. It's plural objects, not one object. Multiple.
Oh
objects.
yeah, no. Oh no, the trunk has objects.
Right. Cool.
Sex toys, Tom. Sex toys.
I got that, Lewis.
Well, I'm trying to...
I know I look young.
Well
but I'm
done,
not that
Captain
young.
Obvious. Here to save the day.
We're all adults here. Apart from Tom. I'm joking, Tom.
I know.
Right,
So-
where were we? Where even
So-
were we?
Do we think
Fucking
EGX
or what?
EGX is dead and it's going to stay merged with MCM, or do we think it will come back on its own?
Oh, it's gone.
Merged and it's dead.
Yeah.
If
They made so much
EGX.
money from the MCM this time round. I think it's been merged by the owners.
Yeah. Yeah.
If EGX continues the way that it's currently in the state it's currently in, I give it one more year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Being mentioned as MCM, and then it'll be just MCM on its own. And they may have a couple of games like Bandai Namco have,
Well,
pushing it out that way.
Yeah.
to be fair, you saying that, I kind of had to look at the Birmingham one, and they have their own like free play section. I can see EGX just becoming like that for the Birmingham version, where
Just
it's a bunch of
that section.
retros. Yeah.
Maybe just
It'll
it's
be
cheaper to run it up there.
It'll be the EGX Arena, wouldn't it? It'll be like, so it'll be MCM with the EGX Arena.
Yeah.
I would hate to see that. I do not like. I don't want. So with my video that I put up earlier, and we're talking about here, I know that I've been bad mouthing EGX, but it's only my honest opinion. I'm not doing this to just bad mouth, and I don't want to see EGX fall down the wayside and become something it wasn't previously. I would love to see EGX go back to what it was in previous years, and not like, oh, back in my day, but no, like just be the titan that it was of the gaming convention in the UK.
For the UK,
like
yeah.
It was at one point it was Europe's biggest, and now it had barely 20 games. Like, come on, what happened? Where was the drop off? So I would like to see it become what it was. I would like to see it bring back the gaming aspect and the experience rather than the sales. I know that they've got to make a budget, they've got to be able to pay people and pay for the arena and pay for everything else, but we spend enough on tickets, we spend enough getting there. Like, come on, there's got to be something. They've got to give us something.
Yeah, completely,
agreed.
100% agree. And to be honest with you, like, we're all worried about the what Indy said earlier about WASD. Their website has expired, and there hasn't been any posts on. Looking on X, there hasn't been any posts since July. But I'm a bit worried about them now, but I thought they were on the up and coming. Their
They were.
first ever show at the Tobacco Docks was mind blowing. For
That's the
an
one you
indie
took me
game
to,
one
isn't it?
was absolutely mind blowing, and it was huge. And you had Devolver and Team 17, and there was a couple. There was it was Y2K, wasn't it, with Tiny Tina?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
There
amazing.
as well. It was amazing. They had like all the booths and everything. They just literally took shops over for each dev. That was amazing. And then he moved it to from Tobacco Docks to East London, and it kind of downscaled a little bit. And it was still good, and it was still brilliant, and it was still really close knit, and you could chat to developers. Splitting it twice in the year, it got a little bit shaky again with that one. I was kind of like went to both, and I was like, it's like smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
But yeah, EGX just went from this. Yeah, I mean, 2019 pre-COVID, it was massive. It was brilliant, and then just shrunk to next to nothing.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree with you, King. They need to give us something for it.
It's a shame about WASD, because my first WASD was this year, and it felt like EGX, but more as you said, up close and personal, where you could sit down, talk to developers, talk to them about their game, what they're doing. They had in the developers that couldn't be there, they had this setup where you could sit down, put headphones on, and they were on a Discord call right there with you in the game. That was a really great experience. Like, even I remember doing a bit of a recap on it. And I was even more so than having the dev over your shoulder going, by the way, this does this and this does this. When you had the headset on, so you're playing the game and you're looking at the screen here, and then you got the dev there. It was a really good experience. And WASD for me was the better of the two. Even though I went to EGX in previous years and had this massive experience, WASD was better because it was so personal. It was so so you were there with the people, and then like finding out that they weren't doing a one later in the year, and then seeing that their socials had dropped off, I was worried. I would love to see them come back in 2025. I would love to see that WASD do really, really well. And anyone, if you can get the chance to go to WASD and help them make sure that WASD becomes a thing, fucking get your asses down there. And again, with EGX, I would love to see them take it back a couple of steps and become that Titan again.
Yeah. I agree.
IndiePut was that the marketing strategy. They should refocus it, and they should have both EGX and Comic Con sold, separately. Which I agree. They tried this merge. I think was to make more money or get more followers through into the MCM and the ticket sales. That was purely what it was.
Yeah, but even though what they presented was still kind of flat.
Yeah.
So if they were to separate,
if it wasn't for me wearing my suit, I don't think I would have wanted to go every day.
Oh, for a second there, Lou, I thought you said if it wasn't you for wearing the suit, there wouldn't have been an EGX.
I was just about that. Pretty bold then, eh, Lou?
No, I meant like I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much.
True.
No. That's my.
I think this is the first year I've actually gone. Do you know what? It's about. I think it was about 1-2 o'clock on Sunday. Going, I can't be able to go back in now. It's lovely outside. I'm with a load of the cosplayers. I'm just having fun with the people in costume and having a chat and everything. I don't actually want to go back inside. No. There is nothing there for me to see.
Well, that's the issue. Because it was so small, you've pretty much done what you wanted to do by midday.
Well, I didn't want to keep
by midday of the second day.
That was
honestly, that was taking our time.
Yeah. Then, like I said, I had no kind of disagreements about deciding to go home early. If I was really enjoying myself, I would have, even though I felt ill, I would have forced myself to stay. But I was like, there is no point in me staying. I can just go. I'll just get an early train and go home.
Not even for the social side. You wouldn't. You don't.
No, because obviously, yeah, I wanted to spend more time with Paul and stuff. But it was the point of, do I get a tube and be stuck with thousands of people?
On top of the West Ham versus Man U that was happening.
Yeah, and I'm feeling unwell as it is, or do I go home?
So no, head home. Especially knowing West Ham were playing that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, it needs to be separately, and I agree with King and everyone. WSD was so much better, so much better, and
Just fingers crossed.
I want WSD to do well, and if it's gonna be the next EGX, then fair play to them. They deserve it because they've been smashing it out of the park.
PAX
UK, slight decline.
PAX UK. PAX.
Yeah,
PAX
that
UK.
would be interesting.
UK.
PAX UK would be interesting.
Go on then. Do we hope for the future we might get something like a PAX UK or something, or a Gamescom UK, something similar?
I hope so. I want to go more. I want to go after my taste. I want to do more of these things. It was fun. It was great to be with you guys. And I'm okay. Yes, okay. Comic Con. I went for EGX, not necessarily Comic Con, but it was still fun. But I want more of the games. I want more. I want to be able to interact with the devs. I want to be able to ask questions and to discuss with them, because if I have that personal interaction, like what King was talking about, I'd be more inclined to purchase the games than if I didn't, but then what was presented at EGX, because it literally was just a case of, hey, check out our games. Right, cool. Here's our card. Wishlist it, buy it. But if I could actually spend time with people to understand from their perspective, their time, effort, and their love towards it, again, I'd be more inclined to buy the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Cool. Lou, unmute yourself when you stop making too much noise.
Yes, please.
Are you chewing on like wood or something?
He's moving stuff about.
In his accountancy.
Yeah. No, I was going to wait for you to stop talking, Tom, and because you've been interrupted enough today. I was going to wait for you to stop talking. And I was going to Lou, fucking mute yourself, please. I have something called misophonia, which is an audio based thing. Like it's like a what's it?
It drives you nuts. Sounds.
Yeah. Sounds drive
like
me fucking mental. Yeah, like I go from 0 to fuck it real quick if someone is chewing in my ear, and I will hurt. Like, it's a visceral response. It's not like I'm slightly annoyed, can you please stop that? It is, no, if you don't stop that now, I'm going to hurt you. But if you so at the end of the day, that there are plenty of conventions out there. So just there's a lesser known one, but I can't promote this because I haven't been there yet, but I have been invited, called EAG, which is coming in January. Then there's Pocket Gamers, which is definitely a lot more tailored towards the indie stuff. That again, January. WASD, hopefully that comes back. I really would love to see that back. Then you've got EGX, then you've got MCM, and then you've got the London Film and Comic Con, which is more of a broader spectrum than. So MCM is usually more comics and anime. London Film and Comic Con is more film based, some anime, comics. I prefer London Film and Comic Con to MCM personally. So there's quite a few around. It's getting out there, keeping an eye out for them, and finding the ones that work for you. Pardon me, and I love you, good girl. So yeah, so keep an eye out for them. Most of those ones anyway are in London, but there are loads around as well. Like, so I know it's either Barry or Manchester. I know they're quite close together, but can't remember which one it's in. There's Timeless, which is another gaming convention. There's arcade clubs everywhere, right, sort of in the north, and they do conventions and stuff. So there's plenty around that format. I went to Format GG in September. They're planning to go in again next year. That's more nightlife and gaming though, and that was in Liverpool this year, and it's to be in Manchester next year. So for those of you who are looking for conventions around the UK, I've just named the fuck ton for you.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate your service, King. No, that sounds right. So there's a lot going on there. It just needs to, as you say, branch out and just go to them to say fucking bite the bullet and just go.
Find them and go to them. Fucking do it. Life's there for the taking. If you don't take it, you're never going to get it.
Very true.
As Stubbs has just said, get trending. PAX UK.
Go on in, Stubbs.
Did Lewis did it, but King Hayden, Tom, I don't know if you got stopped by the lady asking people to fill out the surveys about what was going on with MCM. Did you complete it? Because we did it on Sunday, and a lot of it was like, "What are you here for? Do you know what do you want to see more?" And I think there was like loads of people. I could just hear people going, "Games, no fucking games!" Like
I
you
wish
know,
there was
literally,
I
like
wish there was
plumbing
a
the
space
games
to
out.
write. I really
Yeah.
wish there was a space
wanted
to
to
write
put
because
a
I
bit
would have
on there.
told them. I'd have told them.
No, I didn't even know that there was that feedback form or whatever. So I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I didn't
Plus, I
see
have
it
to
either.
say, yeah, no, they were going around. I got a Crunchyroll bag from it, but the yeah, you didn't get to put your own. I'm sure so many people wanted more games. 100%. Indeed, there was like we said, there was about
loads.
20 independents. Not that many. Most of them were already released. You know, if not all of them. I think there were 2 that weren't. They had a very tiny amount of the universities there pitching for, you know, come and become gamers. That was really small as well. I can tell you that the industry's not looking to push that out much at the moment. And then, yeah, maybe a handful of VR section.
Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 VR places, wasn't there?
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, I thought the retro and the arcade was all right. It was quite good. I mean, I highly enjoyed the retro one.
Thanks, Jimbo.
Thank you ever
Thanks,
so much.
Jimbo. Thanks for joining. More than welcome to come back anytime.
See you later, Jim Bob.
Oh,
Hi, John Boy.
Right, there we go. Hey, PAX, what's the likelihood of us getting a PAX UK?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hashtag PAX UK. There we go. Post done.
Perfect.
I hope they reply.
Trendsetter.
It's 9:52.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Crazy.
It's not there yet. It's not there yet. By the way, for that, Jimbo is an old man. Like, he works hard and he's got to get up early, but he is an old man. I'm surprised that he's actually still awake and not fallen asleep in his armchair.
Oh, bless him.
No.
Even though he's 10 years my junior and I look better than him. But you know, it's not hard. It's not hard.
Right. To be fair, we are coming up to 10 o'clock. Is there anything else?
I was going to say, do you think that if King actually shaved, he would look like a fetus as Tom does when he shaves?
So I've got quite a baby face, and if I was to shave this off, I'm nearly 40 and I would look about 20, 25.
Yeah, you don't look your age, man. Not at all.
Thank you. But yeah, I would the lights help. but no, that this adds years. But yeah, the queen likes the beard. She doesn't want it to go. Gives her something to grab onto.
Indies asked to be made a mod.
Yeah, I think we can do that. I'm just trying to get us live now and see if I can go and jump in.
Whilst Paul's doing that, have we done like the highest highlight, our key highlight from our event yet, or are we just going to wrap up with that?
Key highlight. Let's wrap up with that. Yeah, good one, Tom. Go on, you start, Tom.
Oh, fucking hell!
I don't. By the way, Megs, I do not become a fetus when I shave. I become a pedo when I shave. People have seen the photos. Not like actual pedo, but I look like one.
I was about to say, you saw my son.
He's not allowed within 100 yards of a school.
No, not at all.
Oh, Paul. Highlights. Okay, highlights. Okay, so whipping all of your asses at GoldenEye is a personal highlight for me. Fucking annihilated you. For me, it was the arcade, being able to do the light gun game with Venomous, Paul, fucking Lou. That was fun. Playing Smash TV with Paul, Joust. That was ace. And of course, the Retro Zone, playing the 3DO, playing the Philips CDI, and then going on to the Apple Pippin, which was very, very comfortable, actually, to hold, considering the controller is wank. But it's actually not too bad ergonomically. And finally playing an Atari Jaguar version of Alien vs. Predator. So that was fun for me. That was probably my biggest highlights. But again, if I had to pick one, it would be playing the games and just being with all you guys, though, as the biggest highlight.
Nice.
And I'd do it all over again in a heartbeat. But this time I'd dress up in a cosplay.
Tell you what, I'll go next. My biggest highlight was probably playing Little Nightmares 3 because I really enjoyed it, even though it wasn't even part of EGX. But getting that awesome photo of the LOD lads finally all together in one room was a wonderful highlight that we could all finally get that photo.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Lou loves a good pose. Has he got anything to say?
Lewis?
He's unmuted.
Oh, I was muted.
I literally said to you, Lewis, I've muted you because you're making a lot of noise.
Oh.
And King was going to punch you. Right, you're being muted again because you're making a lot of noise.
And I am within distance. I will drive.
All right. Well, whilst Lewis is clicking and clacking away, is there any other bits and pieces, Hayden, from your experience of EGX highlights?
No, that's me. I think that's me. Yeah. Cool. Just spending time with you guys. So,
no, King.
For me, the social aspect, which says a lot about the event. And don't take this away from you guys are lovely and everything, but it says a lot about the event if the social aspect was, most people's highlights, but the social aspect, meeting up with people, being in cosplay and having that experience, the giggle that we all had with me. Oh, my PC has just turned itself off and on again. Hang on.
No,
you're still there. You're okay.
Come on, PC. There we go. There we go. Thank you, PC. Don't be a twat, right? But yeah, the social aspect, being dressed up and having a giggle with everyone, that itself is one aspect. But actually, from the event itself, the only thing that stands out and that is memorable is watching the Beyblade competition.
Did you actually watch the Beyblade competition?
Yeah, I watched the Beyblade competition, and I actually know of. Well, I've met, interacted, and know one of the people that was participating, and they are a previous Beyblade world champion.
Awesome.
Called
Nice.
Boost Lee,
Yeah,
and
awesome.
they were in. They got smashed. They got smashed in the semi-finals. But and then they were refereeing. Then they had their match, got smashed, and then went back to refereeing. Bless them. So, but no, that was cool. That was actually really cool to watch. And seeing how Beyblades have changed. They're now tiny. And I was talking to someone. I was like, I remember when they're about this big and they had metal plates in them. They're like, Jesus, that is like proper OG. I was like, yeah, none of this crap. I was like the ones with the proper metal bases and stuff. But yeah, that was my highlight of the event. And then the highlight of the day of the Friday being out was meeting you guys and the social aspect of being dressed up.
Yeah. I think the highlight for me was, definitely all four of us in a room and then getting our photos, getting the photo done. And then I have to say the two other bits were the retro sections, just like watching Tom, Wowzer in his trousers over the Pippin, the controller itself, not the actual game because it was too slow. Lewis and Tom, Lewis dressed as Deadpool and Tom playing the point blank shooting game. So you got Deadpool with a pink gun and Tom there firing away. So that area was like the most highlight for me. That was the highlight. And the costumes. I love the costume. Always have. Used to do it myself. And it kind of got me spurred on to maybe start doing it again. So it's got my interest peaked in doing that stuff again. So that's why I liked about that. But the highlight, I think, was just us four, meeting King always. I'm not going to put that away, but having guys actually physically, and this is what makes it the highlight, all together at once in the same, without a cardboard cutout, and having that photo and playing some retro games. Just even though Tom wiped the floor with us in GoldenEye, that was fun. And then fighting each other on Star Wars Pod Racer that was shit, and and doing stuff like that. I just think that was the fun. That was all four of us sitting down physically, co-op playing games was just like that's the essence of what we are, and that was the highlight for me.
Cool, Lewis.
Lewis
for you,
Lou may as well not been here tonight. Lou, you there?
Yeah, I'm done now.
Oh, so are we.
What was
It's
your
10
highlight?
o'clock.
What was your highlight, dude?
Being able to be Deadpool.
Yeah. You brought
play,
a
mate.
lot of smiles to a lot of faces.
Yes.
The way that you carried yourself and how you were open and just awesome with it all. That was probably a highlight for a lot of people, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I was
I'd
just
agree.
myself. Literally just myself.
Megs is a lucky girl.
No, I'm the lucky one.
Agreed.
Lucky girl.
Oh, you sorry bastards.
But no, you like there was a point. There was a point on the Friday where this kid come running up and wanted a picture, and I don't think Lou realized until afterwards when I said to him, I was like, "You do realize you just made that kid's day, right?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You see the look on his face when he not only got to meet you, but then got to take a picture with you. It's like you've made this kid's day." And I think it started to kick in how much of an effect he was having for these people who just like were coming up. And I literally, if we walked for 5 minutes and there wasn't someone asking for a photo, that was a quiet 5 minutes. And yeah, he made a lot of people's day. So well done to Megs for getting the costume, and well done for Lou for being so open to it.
Hopefully, Meg can get your money back.
I've got to say that even like on the way home or whatever, they're like, we were waiting for the bus on Sunday. There were people going, oh, like kids coming past going, Deadpool. Like, and you know, their parents coming and going, even when we're just outside of the convention waiting for a bus, can I have a photo with you and whatever? And on the tube on the home.
Very quickly, when all four of us were walking to ZZ's, it was me, Paul, and Hayden just walking in our normal clothes with Deadpool next to us. There's a woman on rollerblades, and she just rolled
Deadpool and all
Deadpool and almost knocked over.
And then the manager of ZZ's actually turned around and said, "What are you?" He's like Deadpool, and it was like it cracked some jokes. And he turned around and says, "I want you to put the mask on and walk through the shop to your table, if you would, for me, please. Just it'll make the kids in the show, you know, in our shop, it'll make their day, you know, make everyone's day." And Lewis did it, and it was just like walk from the front of ZZ to the back of ZZ's where we had our table, just as Deadpool. It was like, "Oh, Deadpool!" as he came in, and we were walking through. It was brilliant. So well done, Lou.
Yeah, that was right up until the point where a kid was going to come over and get a photo, and me, Paul, and Tom singing.
Well, I don't know what's happened. We started talking about something, and then what was it? It was a Rolf Harris song.
I can't believe you guys did that.
We didn't realise that some kid was going to walk towards you at that point, and the dad grabbed him by the arm and swung him to the other side of the shop as we're singing Two Little Boys with Two Little Toys.
Yeah, we're horrible
They
people.
started singing about it.
It was the fact that the dad literally grabbed him by the arm and just shoved him away from us as far as he could.
Not today.
It was very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. How they literally, this kid comes up and they're singing a song, and suddenly this kid's dragged away.
Yeah, I know.
I
Did
didn't
you see-
realize until I
We were
seen
lost in the
dad go.
comedy.
Did you see Meg's comment then, Lou?
No, I'm not seeing any comments. I'm on my phone.
Saw the video of Tom and Lou were dancing together. I cracked up.
Well, that was fun. That was fun, wasn't it, Lewis?
That was
I mean,
literally my personality.
Yeah. It was fun. I mean, I did get a whiff of sweaty everything, but it was fun.
Nice.
All right, golden
Right then,
question
guys.
again. Very quickly, golden
Awesome.
question. Would you go next year if it was presented in the same way as it was this year?
I'm going to say for EGX, no. MCM costume, yes, because that's got me back into the MCM, which I always used to do anyway.
Cool.
But EGX, no.
I would go for the day, and that's it. If it's like it is next year.
King?
If I got to create a pass, yes. If I had to pay for it, no.
Lewis?
Yeah, but I wouldn't go in normal clothes anymore.
Cool.
You go
I
in
think I would probably be the same as Hayden. Maybe 2 days. Because I bought the weekend pass and I was initially going to do the whole 3 days, but
Yeah,
I
but
think
the way I see it is we all got to hang out. For the first time, we all got to hang out for like days.
Exactly, and that's
was
why
no
I probably
rush.
will go down more than just one day, so I can have more of the social side. And of course, I would dress up costume-wise as well. I have to.
Yeah, because you're doing Leon Kennedy next year, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing Leon Kennedy next year. That'd be
but
fun.
okay. How about this then? What
Tango
if we
enjoying Captain
we could still
Crash.
go for the meet for the weekend, but we could just do EGX Comic Con for one day
Oh,
because
that's not a bad show, actually.
we could
Didn't even
always
think
do
about
other
that.
stuff.
Well,
So,
also so keep an eye on the future of things, but there's an idea that me and Lou are brewing, and it could have something to do with an arcade in London and taking it over for a day, maybe two, and that would require people to turn up, and it wouldn't be as expensive as EGX. So keep an eye out for that as well.
we keep an eye out for future ventures.
Yes. Two indies.
Oh,
One.
my brain
Yes.
has to
If-
figure out what the
if
fuck was
W-
on about them, and now I just remember.
Yeah, thanks. If
You've got to
Waz,
be
if
careful,
Waz
Lewis,
did
because
one-
he forgets. But then, if you're
Yeah.
trying to keep something a secret, if you remind him, he'll just blurt it out on the show.
it's not.
So-
Thankfully, it's not a secret. It's still just a work in progress. So I don't like to.
It's
I don't
gonna
like to
take a
talk
bit of
about
time.
things.
Is Lewis going to be on time?
No, it's fine. I'll
Is
be
Lewis
there.
going to be there?
Although I'm very rarely on time either, so I'll have to turn up a day before. But yeah, if WASD is on, if WASD is on next year, if WASD is on next year, I will be there.
I will try and go for the day.
When would it? Remind me. When would?
We usually do it March, or the other time now is September time, I think, isn't it? Or early
Usually, yeah.
September,
The first one's between sort of February and April ish.
Yeah.
And then the one later in the year was September to October.
Most likely be able to do the September to October one. But
March,
if it's
April. There you go. March, April.
Okay, if it's March and April, then I don't see why I wouldn't. I just think I got a better shot for work wise in my days in later on. But yeah.
Cool. And seeing as we're gonna finish up the show, King and Venomous, do you want to do any shout outs about your new ventures at all? Do you want to do anything about what you're doing?
I can do. Lou, do you want me to,
Go
do you
for
want me to take over?
Yeah.
So me and Lou were working for a gaming publication, online publication. It wasn't going the way we wanted to see things go. Yeah, it wasn't going the way we wanted things to go. So me and Lewis have started up our own business, and it is called One Hit KO, and it's going to be an online publication of also via socials, things like YouTube, X, Y, and Z, all that sort of thing. And it's currently in the works. This is what the idea is for the gaming thing late next year. But we will be doing gaming news, reviews, content, stuff like that. We've already got a bunch of contacts. And we're already on socials like Insta, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you name it, we kind of got it. But if you type in One HKO Games, what?
And the Bible.
And the Bible, yeah, it's fine. I don't believe in the Bible, so it's fine. One HKO Games. On anywhere you'll probably find our thing. There is just a holding image at the moment and saying like there is something this way coming, but keep an eye on that, because hopefully by the end of this year we should have something ready to go, and some new news for you in the next couple of weeks. We should have some news for you actually.
So you go. Those are
I've just gone.
There we go. Yeah, so if you want to check them out, One
Thank you guys.
HKO
Appreciate
or
that.
Hit KO. Let's get them up and running. It's been good to have them. And also got to make obviously just final shout out to. I'm not plugged for this. I'm not getting anything for it, but I did say we would shout out Roto Explorer VR. So the Roto lot, and we have to give a nod to Thumb Soldiers. Those guys are brilliant. And check their stuff out.
Yeah,
they're at the shows. They're brilliant.
Holding their controller.
They're really cool, and their stand was really good as well. Their stand,
the stand was brilliant. And we've shown them before on the show as well. Thumb Soldiers.
Yes.
Thumb Soldiers.
It's the two. Other products are available. So that's it, isn't it? Shut up, Lewis.
Is it?
That's it. Thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks for everyone that will listen on the back, because I'm sure we'll try and download this and drop it out. Thank you
Good
to
idea.
King for joining us. It's been brilliant. It was fun seeing you on Friday as always. And thanks for coming
Yes.
on show and giving us your stuff. Good to
Anytime.
see you in the chat, Indy. We should catch up soon. And Lewis, thanks for turning up. Perhaps I don't know. Just
Well, no. Now that I've done my desk and that, now it looks really good actually. I'll show you.
does
what
it look
looks like.
professional?
Yeah, do you want to see?
Is your comfort
Yes.
behind?
Yeah. 52 minutes
it out?
late. Oh god,
I
there
like
we are. Just a crutch.
I was about to say, we just literally started off your
What do you
video
think
with
of
it on your ball sack, and that does look very nice.
It does look very nice.
52
What?
minutes.
He's
late,
dead.
that's-
Wait. Tom, was that? Were you complimenting his desk or his balls?
Oh, do you want
It does look very nice.
Hang on. Let
A
me
little
show
bit of column A, and a little bit of column B.
Do you want to? So,
That's
what do you
good to hear,
think?
Indy.
And this is my new.
Your new thing.
Oh, nice. Your new thing.
So yeah.
How come you're not watching LOD on that?
Because
Exactly.
Well, because I need to sleep.
Yeah, that cable
Well, I watch-
management.
Yeah, and no
You spend
worries,
all day
Indy. We hope
doing that.
everything's okay on your end, pal.
Yeah. And there's no worries about taking a break out. Like I said, let's catch up soon, man. Let's have a chat. Yeah. So
I'm
that's it.
missing all
King,
this
thanks for
chat.
joining.
Where is this
Lewis,
chat?
where's what?
Where's all this chat? I am seeing no chat.
Yeah, because you haven't
Because you're
been
on
on the
your phone.
bloody show
On
for the last like
YouTube.
2 hours.
What does that say? We need to talk then, Lou. Again about what? I'm confused. What have I missed?
All of it.
Look,
Maybe something about the 1HKO stuff. Maybe.
Oh,
that was about
probably
the
that.
same time. That was about the same time we were talking about that.
Yeah, 'cause
Jesus
Stubbs-
Christ, dude! I'm ADHD
yeah,
as fuck,
Stubbs
and
was
even I'm
partnered.
keeping up with this.
Yeah, Stubbs was partnered with Game World.
Oh, you
Yeah,
know
it
it's
doesn't
supposed
wanna
to
be
drop the
anymore.
name.
They're shit anyway. Fuck it. No one likes them, so.
then
fuck
stop
it.
mentioning them on the show every week.
Yeah, gamer snubs.
Anyway,
But anyway,
yeah, on that note,
Yes.
Stubbs.
bye. Toodles.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Why the hell?